Welcome to Naru's Masters Academy. In this video, I am going to explain you that the concept of concave mirrors from the chapter Reflection of Light at Curved Surfaces. Look at the case 1. When an object is placed beyond the center of curvature. So if you place an object beyond the center of curvature in front of the concave mirror, so where we will get our image of an object. So look at here. If you pass the light rays which is parallel to principal axis, gets reflect through focus and pass one more light rays to get the image of an object. So we need minimum of 2 light rays to get the image of any object. So pass one more light rays. So here look at here. The light rays which is passing through center of curvature, it gets reflect along the same path by changing the direction of the light rays. So here the point at which the actual intersection of reflected light rays. So look at here. This is the reflected light ray and this is also the reflected light ray. The point at which actual intersection of the reflected light rays, at that point we will get our image. So what are the properties of an image? Now look at here. So the image formed is this one. So this is our image. So what are the properties? Properties of an image are the image which is formed by actual intersection of the light rays, that is real image, and the image which is below the principal axis, that image is known as inverted image, and the image which is smaller in size compared to the object, then the image is known as diminished image. So what are the properties of the image formed here? The real image, which is actual intersection of the image which is formed by the actual intersection of the reflected light rays, and inverted image which is below the principal axis, and diminished image which is smaller in size compared to the object. Now look at here. If you change the position of the object, so if you little bit move towards the mirror, so where we will get the image of that object? So in this case, when object is placed towards the, if you move this object towards the mirror, so our image moves away from the mirror. Now look at here. The case 2. So I have moved the object from here to here. So now object is placed at center of curvature. So this is our case 2. Object at the center of curvature. So what are the minimum requirement here to get the image of an object? So we need to pass the light rays. So look at here. I'm passing the light rays here, which is parallel to principal axis from the head of the object. So it gets reflect through focus. And one more light rays, which is passing through focus, it gets reflect parallel to principal axis. The point at which actual intersection of reflected light rays. This is the point where actual intersection of the reflected light rays happen. So at this point only we will get our image. So here we will get our image. Now look at here. So this is our image. So then what are the properties of the image? The image is formed by actual intersection of the light rays, that is real image, and it is below the principal axis, that is inverted image, and the size of the image and the object are same here. So we call the same size. So the properties of an image are real, inverted, and same size. Now move the object little bit towards the mirror. Just forward it and place in between center of curvature and focus. And then see where we will get our image. So now look at here, compared to first case and this case. So in the first case, image is formed between C and F. In the second case, image is moved a little bit away from the mirror. So at C, and look at its case number 3 now. Now place your object between C and F. Okay, so just move towards the mirror. So observe now. Pass the light rays, which is parallel to principal axis, gets reflected through focus. Now, it is very difficult. We can pass the light rays through focus. or we can also pass the light rays through center of curvature. Okay, we can pass in any way, or we can also pass the light rays through pole. So if you pass the light rays through center of curvature, so it will moves like this, and the reflected light rays meets at this point. The point at which actual intersection of reflected light rays, at that point we will get our image. So this is our image. Now look at here. What is the difference between object and image? So object is smaller in size and image is larger in size. So what are the properties of the image? The image which is formed by actual intersection of the light reflected light rays, that is known as real image. So the first one is real, and it is below the principal axis. So that is inverted. And one more is that is magnified. Why? Because the size of the image is larger than the size of the object. So that's why the image formed is magnified image. Now look at here. Observe here. When object is placed beyond C, image formed between C and F. When object is placed at C, image formed at C. When object is moved a little bit towards the mirror and image is moved away from the mirror. Look at here. Now move the object a little bit towards the mirror and place it at focus. Okay. And this is case number 4. So guess it, where we will get our image. And to get that one, so pass the light rays, which is parallel to principal axis, gets reflect through focus. And here it is not possible to pass the light rays through focus. So just either pass through center of curvature or through pole. So just I'm passing the light rays through center of curvature. And by seeing these two light rays, we can say that the two light rays are parallel to each other. They never meets. If we extend these light rays in this direction or behind the mirror also, they never meets. So there is no chance of forming the image here. So for in this case, we'll write the properties of an image are, so that is real, inverted, and highly magnified at infinity. So we are assuming that the image is formed at infinity in this case. Okay, na? And the last case, when object is placed between F and P. Object is placed between focus and the pole. So look at here. Pass the light rays, which is parallel to principal axis. And it gets reflect through focus. And pass one more light rays, which is through center of curvature or through pole. We can pass in any way. So just I am passing the light rays through center of curvature. So here, by seeing these two light rays, we can say that these two are diverging light rays. It is going like this and it is going like this. They never meets. So they both are diverging. So just extend these two light rays behind the mirror. Extend these two light rays behind the mirror. So the point at which the light rays intersect, at that point, we will get our image. So look at here. This image is formed not by actual intersection of light rays. This image is formed by extending the light rays. The image is formed by the extending the light rays is virtual image and erect image. We call this is virtual and erect. Okay. The properties of an image are virtual and erect and upright. So this is above the principal axis. So we call it as upright. And look at here, object size is smaller than the image size. So the image formed is magnified image. So here there are 5 cases when object is placed in front of the concave mirror. Okay, na? So basically, what are the applications of concave mirror in our daily life? The first one is for solar cooker. And the another is magnifying glass. Magnifying glass. The spoon bulged inward. Spoon bulged inward. And there are so many applications are there. In case of shaving mirror also. So we will use this concave mirror as a shaving mirror. to get the magnified one. Okay, na? In case of solar cookers, shaving mirrors, and magnifying glass, spoon bulged inward. So there are so many applications. So these are the main applications we use in our daily life. Okay, na? So thank you. So here only 5 cases are there when object is placed in front of concave mirror. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and support my channel.